If you want to get in the groove, mask up to get down, and make sure you stay 6 feet from stardom. Today, on A Place of Our Own, how to cram a wide variety of subjects including history, science, and my personal favorite, the arts, into one ultimate textbook. It's all coming up next. What's up? I'm Pete Charles Sesko, and welcome to Thrift Store Rundown's Place of Our Own, a place designed for any millennial or baby boomer who wants to bring Hollywood home on a budget. As you know, every interaction you have with your favorite celeb or fellow fandom friend is a very important learning opportunity. So when it comes to educating yourself about the wonderful world of pop culture, we're all in this together. That's why TSI is your first and coolest teacher. So here's the scenario. Your teacher gives you a writing assignment. You have to write an essay on an historical figure, somebody whom you idolize or hate with all your might. You can pick whoever you want. And you can also write, in lieu of an essay summary, brief historical tidbits that are true, about 5 to 10, and they all need to be factual, no falsities. Well, guess what? You will never be stumped with this next item, because A&E Biography and TSR is here to help. Purchased for 50% off the price of $5.99, a collaboration between A&E's Biography and DK Books to bring you, in celebration of Biography's 15th anniversary on television, the Ultimate Biography! Inside the lives of the world's 250 most influential people, from the arts to human achievement to science to politics and everywhere else in between. This covers a wide variety of subjects in brief summaries that makes you never want to fall asleep. And it's all coming up next on the Thrift Store Rundown's Place of Our Own. In my view, back-to-school season isn't complete without adding A&E's dominating documentary series, Biography, to the equation. And with 250 famous and infamous figures packed into this book, with over 800 photographs complementing centuries worth of material, this very well may be the ultimate biography book that you're gonna find as it relates to a biography-related television show. The way only A&E can do it, anyway. By the way, extra credit if you can identify some, if not all, of the famous and infamous figures from our time and times past on the cover alone. Now have a look at the table of contents, because that's going to be your guide to navigating this ultimate biography. We have 5 broad core subject matter here, and each of those categories are further divided into 50 specifically thematic categories. For example, for the arts, we have impressionists, creators of rock and roll, talk show hosts, giants of jazz, creators of television. By the way, do we need to do a grammar check with you, DK? Television is incorrectly spelled. Showmen, music makers of the 60s and 70s, the great architects, pop stars of the 80s and 90s, and dancers. We also have American history and world history, plus human achievement and human spirit. Basically, that amounts to trials and tribulations that ended in triumph. Really, that's the predominating theme for the entire book. We've been paying a lot of attention to movie stars and TV stars throughout the course of the series. I thought it's only fitting that we turn our attention now to the songbirds of yesteryear. We start with creators of rock and roll. We have Elvis, we have Chuck Berry, we have Buddy Holly, Bo Diddley, and Alan Freed. Not to be confused with Alan Reed, the voice of Fred Flintstone. You know, yabba dabba doo, and all that jazz. Could he sing? I don't know. These Did You Know graphics provide further tiny tidbits of trivia that are fun and informative. Plus, even more key figures throughout our time, throughout all the subject matter here. And they get very, and I do mean very, brief summaries of their lives, because really, this may not really be the ultimate biography, but you do get a lot more people to learn about here that you might not otherwise have known about beforehand. Now on to Giants of Jazz, and that's just one example of what I talked about. Key horn pioneers. Dizzy Gillespie, Wynton Marsalis, and Bits Beiderbecke. So now we're on to Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, the First Lady of Jazz, and John Coltrane. We also have Duke Ellington, the Duke of Ellington, and Miles Davis. Plus plenty of quotes from all of these famous figures throughout. For the music makers of the 60s and 70s, the Woodstock and hippie era, Aretha Franklin, Bob Dylan, the only living human in this chapter right here. The rest are long gone. Jimi Hendrix, David Bowie, and Janis Joplin. Each specifically thematic chapter in here spans 2 to 3 pages, by the way. For sex symbols, we have 2 honorable mentions. Marilyn Monroe. Her life was a late-night cabaret act that ended way too prematurely due to some majorly bad decisions. We also have Madonna. Singer, dancer, actress, and a sex symbol extraordinaire. One of the pioneering definitions of expressing yourself. And finally, to close it out, pop stars of the 80s and 90s. Michael Jackson, Oscar winner Bruce Springsteen. Cher, Oscar winner for Moonstruck. I believe that is Moonstruck. Elvis Costello and Tina Turner. Created in cooperation with the award-winning documentary series Biography, Ultimate Biography skips across time and place, weaving all of human history together to create new relationships and ways of thinking about the people we think we know, which they actually trademarked. That slogan, the people we thought we knew. Full of striking graphics and fun-to-read fact boxes, Ultimate Biography will keep you reading with its sharp, entertaining writing on subjects from Oprah Winfrey to Alexander the Great. Ultimate Biography is every bit as informative, enlightening, and entertaining as the show itself. The longest-running, single-topic documentary series on television, Biography is not only one of television's most critically successful shows, it is one of the most popular. Celebrating its 15th anniversary, Biography has profiled over 1,000 people. Harry Smith's introduction sets the tone for all of this awesomeness. He was the host of Biography for quite some time. Retail prices, $29.95 US and $45 in Canada. And each category highlights 5 of the most interesting people who have figured in that realm of human history. 5 or more, as you'll see throughout some of the chapters in here. All in all, it's absolutely pristine. It's flawless. It is a 5 out of 5. These are the stories of their lives, and with this jam-packed book, you can take them all home. By the way, extra credit if you get that particular reference. Class is dismissed for the day, but if you missed any classes, get caught up by clicking the link in the description below, which will take you to the Too Cool for School playlist, which also includes videos from last year's series. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to subscribe for when it comes to bringing Hollywood home and to the classroom on a budget. TSR is your first and coolest teacher. We'll see you next time on the Thrift Side on A Place of Our Own.